Hello and welcome to the Deighton blog. In this edition, we're joined by Rob Piane, president of Deighton Associates. Rob will be giving insight on dTIMS implementation in Qatar. Qatar is known for their futuristic architecture and the rapid development in infrastructure. Joining the Deighton family in 2014, Qatar began their asset management journey to ensure the sustainability of their infrastructure assets. Join us in taking a look at Qatar's dTIMS implementation.
So we were brought into the project sort of in the last third of it. And we were brought to the table, and one of the things they were concerned with was, could we take dTIMS and implement it in the remaining, I think it was 7 months of the project. At that time, I told them that we certainly could if we had a good team to work with that could respond to the inquiries and questions that we had about data and about the assets. And we joined the party, so to say. When we got there, we asked if any work had been done on the model development, database design, anything like that with the previous contractor, and we were handed a few documents, but nothing really was taken to the end. So we were starting with a blank page. So we took a very pragmatic approach to implementing dTIMS, and we said for this first implementation, we're going to go with 4 treatments. I call them macro treatments. They're a maintenance treatment, minor rehab, major rehab, and reconstruction. So starting from that foundation, we then went ahead, looked at the data they had, were able to come up with some index calculations that would take the severities and extents of the different distresses and turn them into indices for dTIMS. We then sat down with a group of the owner's representatives and presented them with a survey that allowed us to extract from them what they thought would be reasonable performance curves and performance parameters for the different distresses that they had collected. We embarked on a training program that saw us travel to Qatar 3 separate times. The first time was when the database was complete. We traveled down to teach them about the dTIMS database and how it was configured and how they could query that database to get information out of it. At the same time as that training was going on, we were finishing up the analysis back here in Whitby. And when the analysis was done, we traveled down to Qatar again and gave them training on the analysis side of the software. We left them with the software and their data for approximately a month and a half, and which gave them a chance to get familiar with the user interface and the information that was in dTIMS. Then we returned a third time and gave them a refresher training course, and then deployed the software on their central server. So they can be able to take what we did as a foundation in a few years with more data and more understanding about the assets and how they behave, and modify that setup with or without our assistance, and make it exactly what they want and improve it with time.
That's it for this edition. Thanks for watching. I'm Joel Boulia, and this is the Deighton blog.